The following is an exclusive presentation of Jefferson Pilot Sports, a division of Jefferson Pilot Financial.
Welcome to Nashville, country music capital of the world. For the next 4 days, a different kind of string music will dominate the Music City airwaves. For the third time, Nashville is host to the Southeastern Conference basketball tournament, the SEC's biggest stage. The curtain is about to rise as the quest for the coveted trophy begins.
Is your team ready? Because the Crimson Tide is ready to roll.
Nobody thought we could do it last year, and now we're the defending champs. You know the Hogs are ready.
Kentucky's won 22 SEC tournaments. This year, we're going for number 23.
Our postseason run begins now, and the Gators are hungry for a title.
Last year, we came up 1 game short, but this year, we ain't leaving without the trophy.
We're not here to stick up on anybody. The Rebels here to win it all.
This is our year. When we walk away with the trophy, we'll get some respect.
We've won this before. Don't be surprised when the Bulldogs win it again.
This is our state. We got too much talent not to take the trophy back to Knoxville.
Don't count us out. The SEC tournament's where LSU plans to shine.
Last year, we made a run. This year, we're going all the way.
The tournament's in our town, and there's no doubt the Commodores have come to play.
The SEC tournament begins in moments. The talk is over. Now only performance counts. Seniors have a final chance to achieve glory. Wide-eyed freshmen get their first taste of postseason tournament play. And all have a chance to etch their names alongside champions of the past. 12 teams have come to Nashville intent on making history. Yet only one will leave as SEC tournament champion.
Who will win it all? We shall find out as we are in the heart of the Music City. On the banks of the Cumberland River is downtown Nashville and the Gaylord Entertainment Center. And it's the 41st renewal of the Southeastern Conference basketball tournament as Jefferson Pilot Sports brings you exclusive coverage of the 2000 tournament presented by Dr. Pepper. The most talked about ankle in all of Southeastern Conference belongs to Tony Harris. He says he's ready to go as the Volunteers and Ron Slay try to continue their string of 3 consecutive wins. Vincent Yarbrough has posted 20 points or more in 4 of the last 6. He'll need to continue his success as today Tennessee opens up the 2001 SEC tournament against the Auburn Tigers, and it's all coming your way next right here on Jefferson Pilot Sports. And hello again, everybody. I'm Dave Neal, and welcome to our host position. We are so glad you could join us because we've got 4 games coming your way, all today, and of course 4 tomorrow as well. Let's get you caught up and let you know how this tournament has, I guess, kind of broken down after the SEC regular season. It all starts with Auburn and Tennessee. Then at 7:30 tonight, it's Vanderbilt and Alabama. The next game today after Auburn, Tennessee is South Carolina and Mississippi State. Then Georgia caps it all off. They're trying to get to the NCAA tournament. They are in a do-or-die situation as they play LSU at 9:30. The Auburn Tigers have lost 4 consecutive basketball games. They need a win here in a big way. Tennessee's on a roll. Tom Hammond, Larry Conley will have the call for you. It's all coming up next on JP Sports.
At the start of the season. Last season, Auburn was preseason #1 and posted 24 wins. Cliff Ellis expected the trials of a rebuilding year, but with the strong performances of Marquise Daniels and Adam Harrington, the Tigers have 17 wins and are poised for a postseason run. Jerry Green has to wonder which Tennessee team will show up. The one that ran off to a 16-1 record and a #4 national ranking, or the one that lost 8 of 10 SEC games. The Volunteers are coming off 3 straight wins to end the regular season and have the talent to take home the trophy. Game 1 from Music City features Auburn and Tennessee. Auburn and Tennessee fans streaming into the Gaylord Entertainment Center in Nashville, Tennessee for the 2001 Southeastern Conference Tournament. A new venue for the tournament. It'll hold 19,000 for basketball, and they're coming in to see this opening round game between Auburn and Tennessee. Hello, everyone, and welcome to Nashville. Tom Hammond, Larry Conley, ready to go, ready to tip off the tournament with a team that has everybody in Nashville talking, the enigmatic Tennessee Volunteers.
Tom, and we don't know which club is going to show up. This basketball team started off the year so great. It's a schizo team. I mean, I don't know which one's going to show up. I mean, I've seen this club play so well this year, but I've seen them play so poorly, too.
Well, they opened the SEC season January 6th at Auburn. Their only meeting in the regular season. It went to double overtime before Tennessee won 96-88, and they had a great performance from Isaiah Victor.
They did. Isaiah Victor had 34 points in that outing, and actually it was the most points scored by any SEC player against another SEC team. And they'll need him again today. This Tennessee team is so deep, and I really think they're led by Victor.
And, of course, Auburn has trouble with inside games, but Marquise Daniels does operate inside and brings a great all-around game to the team.
A real deficit on the inside as far as size goes for this Auburn club, but they get a lot out of this guy. Number 7
scoring at each other before today's game. Back with a tip-off in a moment.
Reebok. Experience the fit of the Reebok pump only at Foot Locker. Are you pumped? And by your friends at Citgo. Citgo, we know you.
Welcome back to Nashville. Prior to the first game of the SEC tournament to Auburn and Tennessee. And let's take a look at our starting lineups for this first round game.
A battle of words. Adam Harrington of Auburn, when asked who would he rather play, said, well, Tennessee's kind of fallen apart lately, and they have a tendency to get out of the things that they do. When Ron Slay heard about this, Raheem Lockhart from Ole Miss had said the same thing. Slay said Lockhart can back it up. I don't know if Harrington can. Tennessee coach Jerry Green said it's a free country. Guys can say whatever they want. Cliff Ellis said, hey, just play ball.
Good way to start. We'll see Ron Slay before too long is Isaiah Victor, who led the Vols to that double overtime victory in the regular season, catches the ball a foot from the rim and puts it through.
Tell you what, Tommy, had an outstanding game. I talked about those 34 points, but they really have a lot of size. Auburn has very little size in there.
Scott Coleman, the senior, who scored over 1,400 points in his Auburn career, as the Tigers have 10 to shoot. Daniels, 18-footer is good. Right over Isaiah Victor, Marquise Daniels.
How about Daniels getting off? Talked about him at the top. Number 7 scorer in the league. Number 11 rebounder and an awfully good defender. Auburn opens up. It's like they're in a 2-3 zone.
And Yarbrough short on the three-point shot, but Harris gathers the long rebound.
They may be in a little junk defense right here. I'm watching 3 guys underneath for Auburn zone, but the 2 guys out front are going man-to-man.
So what, a triangle and 2?
Looks like a triangle and 2, yeah, but they flatten out down underneath.
Yarbrough gets his first basket of the game, and the Vols regain the lead.
Tennessee club could have turned it around recently.
It's such a bad February. Come into the tournament having won their last 3 regular season games to even their conference record at 8-8. Coleman had an open look, passed it up as Yarbrough recovered. Here's Daniels for 3. And the rebound comes down to Higgins. Hathaway setting a screen for Yarbrough, said gives it up to Harris. Harris, who had that bum ankle, of course, about 3/4 of the way through the SEC season.
Nice move.
Missed the shot. Hathaway misses. No, he got it through on the follow. It jammed down throw so quickly, it almost didn't stay in the net.
Looked like it didn't even touch the net when it went through.
Yeah, Hathaway with the follow shot. Here's Coleman, a long 3. And Victor, an easy board. Yarbrough drives on Coleman. Tough matchup for Scott. Here's Higgins for 3.
Tom, he doesn't miss very many. He's been shooting the ball so well from beyond that 3-point line.
He leads the league in 3-point percentage and even 50% coming into the game during the regular season. And Tennessee opens up by hitting 4 of their first 6 shots.
This guy has made 9 of his last 10 3-point field goals.
Here's Harrington, fouled by Victor. Adam Harrington's first touch. As Cliff Ellis, the veteran coach in his 7th season at Auburn, but his 26th overall. National Coach of the Year a couple years ago. And Jerry Green in his 4th season in Knoxville. Coach of the Year in the SEC in 1998 has taken the Vols to another 20-win season. Tennessee 21-9 coming into today's game.
4 consecutive years under Jerry Green that they've won 20 or more games.
Ron Slay awaits his turn as Harrington sinks the 2 free throws. Takes a peek at the scoreboard, which shows Tennessee leading 9-4.
Volunteers off to an awfully good start against this Auburn defense right now.
Tennessee has beaten Auburn 6 of 8 times in SEC tournament play, as Yarbrough has 5 points after hitting that 3-point shot, and the Tennessee offensive onslaught continues. Brewer turned away by Hathaway, and then a traveling call on Harrington.
Good pressure defense that time by Tennessee. Let's go back and take a look at Vincent Yarbrough. Watch him get in position to receive this ball. Tom, I really think good shooters make themselves good shooters simply by getting ready to shoot. Yarbrough receives it, gets it off quickly before the defense comes to him.
Higgins penetrates. The runner won't go. And taken on the fly by Harrington. He's got Brewer in front. Instead pulls up and shoots. Passed up the basket. He got to give it up.
He had Pullman wide open in the left corner.
Had 2 options. Instead took the shot. And now Harris the other way.
Nice pass.
Hathaway. And he jams it home from Harris.
Great pass by Harris. Hathaway strong underneath.
Tell you what, these guys are playing with a little purpose today.
Well, this is the Tennessee team that all the other SEC squads feared would show up.
We may have a double foul here, Tom.
So it is a double foul. Yarbrough of Tennessee and Davis of Auburn.
Alternate possession. The ball will go back to Auburn.
And meanwhile, the Tigers have 1 field goal so far. They've gone 3 minutes, 15 seconds without a field goal. Holman for 3. On the floor, picked up by Yarbrough.
He has shot both of his 3-point shots short.
0 for 4 behind the arc, the Tigers. Meanwhile, Yarbrough launches a 3. Hathaway way up for the offensive board, but couldn't control it. Out of bounds to the Tigers. But Jerry Green and the Vols haven't done much wrong so far. Coming out scorching the nets. They've hit 6 of 10, and they have a 10-point lead. Tennessee hitting 6 of 10 shots, leading 14-4 over Auburn. And Ron Slay, no stranger to controversy, into the game for the first time. Had a double figures against Auburn in that first game, and Ron Slay and Auburn's Adam Harrington, as Dave Baker reported, have been jawing back and forth in the media before this game. And what a surprise, Ron Slay involved in a little controversy.
A little verbal jousting going on there.
And he hand checks Daniels, so Slay picks up a quick foul. Auburn has hit only 1 of 5, 20% shooting to open the game, including 0 for 4 from the 3-point arc, and Tennessee has a big 6-2 rebounding edge so far, too.
Not surprised that Tennessee has the edge in both of those categories, particularly on the rebounding end of it, because Auburn really struggles with their size.
There's only the second field goal Auburn has gotten in the game, and they went a long time without that second one.
Jamison Brewer with a great move with that left hand. I don't know how he got that shot off.
Victor can't answer. Batted around. It's Slay who puts it in. Ron Slay.
Tom, this is the Tennessee team that I witnessed back in November and December and early January. They're playing like they're capable of playing.
That's bad news for the other SEC team.
You bet.
Harrington is held by Higgins.
Miss. Slay underneath, battling, goes back up strong and gets the basket. Tell you what, if Slay will not open his mouth much and just play, I think he'd be a lot better off.
He showed a lot of strength on that foot.
That was a terrific play.
10-point lead for the Volunteers. Brewer gets it to Daniels.
Tell you what, he is fun to be around, though. I got to say that.
Oh, he'll make you laugh.
Oh, yeah.
Or make you angry. One of the two. He will provoke a reaction. Lincoln Glass into the game for Auburn. Pitches into Daniels. Is taken away. Here's Harris leading the Tennessee break, but Auburn is back. Harris takes it to the rim and draws the foul. Well, Tony Harris has had nightmare years the last 2 seasons in the SEC tournament, averaging just 4.5 points a game while hitting 14% of his shots.
Tony Harris again going right down the lane, drawing the contact right here, and a chance to add a couple more points to that average, which hasn't been very much in the tournament.
Jamison Brewer with the Auburn foul. Regular season averaging 12 points. His first point of this game. Harris also, just to close the book on his struggles the last 2 years in SEC tournament play, only 1 of 17 from the three-point line. Rebounded by Harrington.
Tennessee is in a straight man-to-man defense. Yarborough's guarding Glass. That would seem to be a mismatch. I would think Glass would have a lot more quickness.
Here is Glass against Yarborough. Auburn continues to run its offense now with 10 to shoot. Harrington spin, the fall away good. Pretty move by Adam Harrington, who comes in having been a third-team All-SEC selection, averaging 16 a game. That's his 4th in this one.
And Auburn again using that zone defense. It looks like on the back line, the other 2 guys out front trying to chase the ball.
Slade shoots over. No, it's not. Whatever it isn't good. Ron Slade quickly collects 4 points, and Cliff Ellis with his gimmick defense sees Tennessee hitting just about everything they put up there. Swiped by Higgins. Here's Higgins against Daniels. Leaves it for Slade and the jam. Higgins with his second assist, and Slade has a half dozen, including this emphatic dunk. Trails the play, jams at home. Timeout, Auburn. Auburn in the first game of the SEC tournament. These 2 teams tipped off their respective SEC seasons down on the plains on January 6th. The Vols' Isaiah Victor scored a career-high 34 points to lead all scorers. And his teammate Vincent Yarborough added 23 for the Big Orange. The Tigers' Jamison Brewer did all he could. He scored a career-high 21, including a crucial 3-pointer in the waning seconds of the first overtime. Tennessee had 1 shot. Yarborough was fouled on a controversial call while shooting a 3. Sank the free throws. The Volunteers went on to down Auburn 96-88 in double overtime. Great performance to open the SEC season in that game January the 6th as Victor takes a seat on the bench. And it's been Ron Slade that's given the Vols a spark coming in. He scored 6 of their last 7 points.
You know, Tom, he's done that all year long. I mean, he is instant offense when he leaves that bench.
Jamay into the game for Auburn. Got it into Daniels, and then it was taken away. The 4th Auburn turnover.
Nice play by Higgins again.
And Hayslip, the sophomore from Lewisburg, Tennessee. Glass rejected by Hayslip. Hayslip among the league leaders in block shots.
In fact, Tom, he ranks number 4 as we watch Glass go down in there. This Tennessee squad, it's their 177th block of the year. Hathaway, Hayslip, and Yarborough all in the top 6.
And needless to say, Tennessee leads the league in block shots. Harrington for 3, way off. Hayslip and Jamay wrestling out of bounds. Last touch by Auburn.
You know, it's interesting looking at the Tennessee statistics. I mean, offensively, they're a very strong club. They shoot the ball fairly well, 46%. They average right at 82 points a game. But the problem has been their defense. And I'm talking about the defense out on the floor. Not so much the shot blocking ability they have. It's as good as anybody in the country.
Ron Slade with another one. He has 8 points. And he scored 8 of the Vols' last 9. The Tennessee high-scoring team, as you mentioned, 82 points a game, second in the league, as Jamay misses in close. And the problem is they give up nearly 76 a game, last in the SEC. After the steal, Brewer misses the reverse, but Auburn will get it back. Ron Slay backing up his words. 23-8 Tennessee. Tennessee enjoying its largest lead of this first half, up on Auburn 23-8 as the 41st SEC tournament presented by Dr. Pepper. City, the 41st SEC tournament. Glass rejected by Yarborough. There's another Tennessee block, and Ron Slay leads the break. And what's good for Tennessee is good for Auburn, with 4 for 4 shooting and a rebound for Ron Slay. As we said, backing up those words before the game. Grindstaff is in the lineup for the Volunteers.
This Tennessee squad is so explosive on offense.
Hayslip, short. Kyle Davis clears for the Tigers.
Davis, good-looking freshman, had a good year. In fact, he is the leading shot blocker in the league.
Glass backs it out as they continue to run their offense. 11 minutes left first half. Jamay faked one way, went the other way. Shot high off the glass, and then an offensive board and a foul as Davis takes it back up.
These Volunteers catching the ball, facing the basket. You can shoot it awfully well from about 15 to 18 feet, then running the floor and finishing with a lot of authority. Down the middle of the lane, getting the little jump hook. And a really good first half so far for the Volunteers.
Davis misses the free throw, only a 38% free throw shooter. I think you make that many just by accident. Kyle Davis, second anyway. Auburn has gone nearly 3 minutes without a point as Green and the Vols continue to pile up the lead. Tough start for Cliff Ellis. Auburn, of course, has played well in the tournament over history as Ron Slay again, and Tennessee has a 9-0 run going.
Oh, what a first half so far for Slay off the bench. Gives him a great lift. Talked about his offensive abilities. He's pretty good on defense, too.
Here he is on the D. Jamay jump hook over him, won't go. Harris Walker in a hurry.
Well, this Tennessee club is so deep. I mean, they can go to 10 guys, and it really doesn't drop off very much at all as far as quality of play.
Grindstaff had a step. Misses the jump hook. Out of bounds. Auburn's ball. There's Slay in the middle of things again, but backing up the talk today, Ron Slay. Been sensational. 5 of 6 shooting off the bench, 11 points. Coleman and Sharp are in for Auburn. Terrence Woods is in for the Volunteers.
2 awfully good backup guards for Tennessee. Harris Walker and Terrence Woods.
Tough shot off the runner, never squared to the basket and missed it, but didn't matter. Woods had the offensive board. Tennessee controls. Everything going the Vols' way early. Here's Hathaway spinning into the defense and drawing the foul.
It's funny watching Pullman come down there and double team Hathaway. It looked like a flea on an elephant.
And Pullman gets his, no, it's on Davis. So
watch Hathaway, nice maneuver right here. Gets himself in position, sits down in the post area. Once he sits down like that, you got to get him the basketball. Pullman tries to help, to no avail. Nice spin move, good strong move by Hathaway.
Bricks the free throw off the front of the rim. Foul.
Nice few minutes the first half for Ron Slay.
11 points. Hathaway misses 2.
Well, Auburn's really in a drought right now. They need to get something going offensively. Maybe Pullman will get it going.
Scoring at less than a point a minute, the Tigers. There's an offensive foul. Called on Reggie Sharp. Auburn has missed its last 7 shots. They've gone 4 minutes and 15 seconds without a point.
Go back and take a look again. Daniels down inside. He may have pushed off with that right arm just as he was turning on the baseline. I think that was a good call.
Victor, fall away short. Reggie Sharp gathers the carom for the Tigers. still haven't scored in double figures with 8 points. We played 11 minutes. Pullman, tough shot, got it. Scott Pullman.
I don't know if he learned that shot in Roswell, Georgia, north of Atlanta, or whether he got it when he learned when he was in college there at Auburn. That was a tough shot to turn around with the right hand, almost falling out of bounds.
And Auburn needed it. They went 4 minutes, 45 seconds without a point. Grindstaff penetrates. Walker. Hathaway. Took it up, had it partially blocked by Davis. Comes right back to Hathaway, stripped. Here's Pullman for Auburn. Sharp says we'll set it up.
Tennessee doing a nice job in defensive transition. They're getting back, not allowing Auburn any easy baskets.
Three-pointer by Sharp, no good. Davis with the offensive rebound, though he was blocked off. Sharp again for three. Again, no good. Hathaway this time makes sure and gets it to Grindstaff. Three-pointer rims out by Woods. Then a jump ball on the rebound. And then I think one of the officials has a foul, one called a jump. It will be a foul on Hathaway.
Take a look again. You're going to see underneath the battle right here. Hathaway grabs it. He's going to go. He's going to the one who's going to draw the foul. But it's Scott Pullman who finally
game of the SEC tournament. And the Dr. Pepper $1 million shootout takes place on 44%, but holding Auburn to only 4 of 17 shooting. That's 23% for the Tigers, who are also 0 for 7 from three-point range. And Tennessee has out-rebounded the Tigers 18-10. There's the 7th Auburn turnover. Victor, that shot, and one for Isaiah Victor.
Tom, Tennessee taking full advantage of their size in there. They've been really pounding the ball down in there to both Hathaway and Victor and Yarborough when he's in the game. This time they got it to Isaiah Victor, fading away with a jump shot. No defense for Auburn can stop that move.
And Victor completes the three-point play.
Walker with good pressure out front on Sharp.
Ronnie Calton committing that last Auburn foul. Sharp looking inside. Pullman along two, way off the mark, just barely grazed iron. And the putback will go down.
Daniels picked it up. Marquise Daniels with a good offensive rebound.
Daniels needs only 3 steals to set the Auburn single season record and made third team all SEC. This time Pullman reaches in and ties up Victor as the Auburn defense collapsed on Victor when the ball went inside.
Tennessee very strong in there.
Jemay inside, missing the Auburn shot, and an offensive foul, or a rebounding foul on the Tigers, on Jemay.
Auburn away from the inside, not allowing that ball to come in, and I think Jerry Green should be complimented for that, because the one thing that this club has done all year long, I love their offensive production, just they need to turn the notch up on defense a little bit, and they're doing that here today.
Balls have Slay, Higgins, Yarborough, Harris, and Victor on the floor at the moment. Here's Ron Slay finding the open man, Higgins for three. The SEC's best with a rare three-point miss. And an Auburn foul on the rebound, I think on Harrington. Let's see, they're still trying to decide. One of the things I like about it. Ron Slay has 12 points.
The Volunteers looking really good in this first half. It's about as well as I've seen them play in the last month.
Well, as we have noted a couple of times late in the season, chance for them to wipe the slate clean, to erase all the frustrations of that losing streak, which saw them drop 5 straight, 8 of 10, and start afresh in the postseason.
And And even in the end of the season, a couple of their wins were really hard-fought wins. I mean, one over South Carolina, the one over LSU at home. They really had to battle to win those.
Daniels misses a 3. They're 0 for 8 from the three-point arc. Carlton has it rejected out of bounds, the third Tennessee block.
Looked like Higgins might have gotten a piece of that one.
Hayslip is in for Tennessee.
Battle underneath the boards right here. You can see slap back. Nice job that time by Victor, but he threw it right back into the Auburn player's hands, but it was Higgins coming from behind to knock it away.
It was Higgins sneaking up on him for the rejection. Davis is back in for Auburn as Harrington slashes to the hoop for a jam. Adam Harrington, the transfer from North Carolina State, who has come on late for the Tigers with his 6 points.
I think he shocked that Tennessee squad. I mean, all of a sudden they were getting ready to come after him. He'd already slammed it through.
And Hayslip, here's the replay. After the play, Kyle Davis got Hayslip with an elbow in the mouth. And bleeding and going to the bench. If I was correct, watching the end of that replay as they were turning to head back up court, it looked like Davis tagged him pretty good. Victor had it stripped away as he tried to bull his way inside. Here's Harrington again. Higgins got a piece of it. Missed underneath. Davis comes away and is pushed. And Davis got hit in the face. And then a foul on Daniels. His first. Slay misses the second free throw. He has 13 points. Harrington and Daniels for Auburn as Harrington misses a 3. It hit 4 of 9. And the putback is good by Brewer. And the rest of the team is 2 of 16, Larry.
Yeah, Brewer back in that rebounding position again. It just amazes me as a point guard how well he does underneath the basket.
You ever seen the stats like that? Lead the league in assists and among the league leaders in rebounds, too. And in fact, the leading point guard rebounder in the country does not have an assist so far in this game, however.
Yeah, an unbelievable game against Kentucky. 12 points and 17 rebounds.
We could hardly believe it when we saw the stat sheet.
I know it.
Daniels for 3. Rebounded by Brewer. And he got it.
2 in a row. 2 offensive rebounds, 2 stickbacks by Jamison Brewer.
6 points in the first half. It's 31-18.
Higgins indicating they want to slow it down into a more half-court game. Auburn's turned up their defense a little bit, too.
Marcus Hayslip has gone to the Tennessee locker room holding his mouth, so they're going to tend to him. Meanwhile, so should Tennessee hold on to win, they'll have a grudge match against the Rebels tomorrow afternoon. There's Raheem Lockhart, the All-SEC center of Tennessee.
And in that crowd of people was Rod Barnes, who is the Southeastern Conference's Coach of the Year. Well-deserved. A couple other guys, Billy Donovan, Tubby, also did excellent coaching job this year. Tubby Smith, I thought all 3 of those guys about as good as it could have been done this year.
I agree. Harrington, long 3. Auburn still shooting blanks from the three-point arc. They are 0 for 10. Yarbrough for 3. That's a miss. Long rebound. Nobody got it. Victor finally picked it up. Tennessee has missed its last 3 shots and 3 turnovers. They've gone 4 minutes without a field goal.
Tom, they were having success going inside early. I wonder why they went away from it. I would go back in there again.
Here is Victor on the low post. And before he gets his shot away, a foul is called. Isaiah Victor, 6 points and 3 rebounds here in the first half. As Hathaway comes in for Slay. You mentioned that Tennessee depth. Of course, depth, one of the key ingredients in tournament play. And the Auburn can't control the rebound. And it's out of bounds to Tennessee.
Last SEC tournament in Nashville was in '84. Is that correct?
91 and then 84
and 84,
was the
right. First one.
That first one was maybe the best SEC tournament ever. Here's a steal. Daniels with the interception, 3-on-1. He waited too long to pass the ball. And Auburn bailed out by a Tennessee foul. They had a 3-on-1 break.
Average about 29 points a game, which is pretty good.
Slay's the only one of them that scored, but he scored 13. Meanwhile, Daniels has scored the last 5 Auburn points. Harris with a 3-pointer.
That's a Tony Harris I saw play a lot early in the year, getting the good open shot, taking it when it's there, not forcing the issue.
16-point Tennessee lead with just over 2 minutes left in the half.
Tennessee goes to a zone. It's like a 1-2-2 matchup.
Try to throw it over the zone, and a foul on Higgins.
Right off of the right side, puts it on the 4-1 dribble and goes up. Tony Harris can continue to play like that. Just take what the defense gives him, penetrate, give the ball up when he's supposed to. He can lead this Tennessee club. You got a senior guy out there providing good leadership. He's the one guy that can carry them.
That's his first field goal.
As Harris goes, so goes Tennessee. I mean, it's a little different this year because they have so many weapons to throw out there. But Harris still should be one of those guys that should be jumping up there and leading us. But he's a senior. He's been around here a long time.
Had a rocky senior season, criticized in the media, criticized by Tennessee fans.
Good screen by Hathaway.
Grindstaff has it blocked. Daniels got the block, but he did get the foul too. Yes, he did. Second foul. Yep, it's going to be called on Grindstaff. So Dennis Grindstaff gets his first foul. And on the player control foul, nope, it was going to be, he was not player control. It will be at the Auburn free throw line.
Watch again, you'll see the finish of it right here. I'm not too sure he wasn't moving on that play. I thought Daniels was moving forward on him.
Daniels moved under him, looked like. And now some discussion over with Cliff Ellis, the Auburn bench. Is it about inside? It goes again to Victor, and he is fouled by Kyle Davis.
Tom, once again, a nice play by Tony Harris, going down the right side, bounced the ball in there to Victor in the right position to go allow him to get to the basket. Good pass by Tony Harris.
3 fouls now on Davis.
Watch again, you'll see right here, good angle to see Harris making his move, making the turn right there, and a good catch by Victor, and immediately to the basket.
Free throw, and the Tennessee lead is 36-22 with 90 seconds left in the first half. Glass, the three. First three-point field goal of the game for the Auburn Tigers. Now 1 of 11.
We say Glass cracked it finally.
Well, for once, a three-point shot did not crack Glass. It went through the basket. There have been some bricks they were throwing up earlier. Isaiah Victor surrounded by the defense. Here's the entry pass again. Jump hook good, Isaiah Victor.
Well, when you got those mismatches like Tennessee has right now, I would exploit those to the fullest.
And they went right back to him after the double team forced him to pitch it out. Got it right back and scored. Harrington rebounds Glass's miss. Takes a little stroll through the lane. Lost the ball. Tigers get it back.
I think Yarborough might have touched it.
Just settling for the outside shot. Brewer with a hesitation. Can't get a shot away. Threw it away. Scramble. Jump ball called. The first of 2 this afternoon with South Carolina and Mississippi State coming up in the second half of today's afternoon doubleheader. And 2 more games tonight as the opening round is underway. And Larry, I think Tennessee answered the question of which Volunteer team would show up.
Well, at least in the first half they have. I mean, this is the basketball team that I saw play November, December, and early January. Very efficient, very quick down the floor, getting good shots, and really utilizing their inside players. They've been terrific.
And, of course, the rest of the league was wary of this Volunteer squad because they knew what great potential they had. And as Larry said, at least in their first half here in Nashville, they have played very well. Announcers for this game selected and compensated by Jefferson Pilot Sports. Any use of the broadcast without the express permission of the Southeastern Conference and Jefferson Pilot Sports is prohibited. North Carolina playing in the second game, heading to the locker room to get ready for their match against the Bulldogs of Mississippi State. 2 teams that just played a week ago in the last game of the regular season. Less than a week. Tennessee's going to hold for the final shot of the first half. It's been all Volunteers here. Their biggest lead has been 18.
Watch Harris.
Off a screen, Woods for 3, short. Can Auburn get a shot away from midcourt? No good. And that brings the first half to a close. Ron Slay was big off the bench for the Volunteers. And Auburn shooting only 29% in that first half. 38-25. Let's go to Dave Baker.
Coach, team got off to a great start. Great lift from Ron Slay off the bench.
Well, I thought our offense was steady, and I thought our defense about the first 15 minutes was outstanding.
In terms of the last half of the half, though, kind of hit a little bit of a lull there and allowed Auburn to get back into the bit.
Well, Auburn's a pretty good team, and they playing awfully good, and I think the big thing is they're hitting the board so hard.
All right, thanks, Coach. We appreciate it. Tom, back to you.
All right, Dave, so the first half in the books and the SEC tournament underway, holding Auburn to only 29% shooting. Tennessee leads 38-25.
Fit of the Reebok pump, only at Foot Locker. Are you pumped?
Game number one. It's presented by Dr. Pepper, and so glad you joined us as Tennessee leads it by 13. They built a 19-point lead in the first half, mainly behind the sensational play of one Ron Slay off that Tennessee bench. The Volunteers have won 3 games in a row. This is after dropping 8 of 10 midway through that season from January 16th through February 21st. It's a month of basketball Tennessee fans would just as soon forget. Included in that was a 5-game losing streak, but they seem to have found their rhythm once again. A sensational first half by the Tennessee Volunteers. They lead it by 13. The Auburn Tigers need to find a way to make some outside shots, down by double digits. Well, it's time now to take a look at
Advance Auto Parts presents the best play of the week in the SEC. The Vols have a little fire left in their engine as another game came down to the last second. Terrence Wood sank a 27-foot three-point shot at the buzzer to send the game into overtime. It was back and forth in the OT period until Vincent Yarborough's game-winning follow jam. It was a huge win for the Volunteers as they went on to down the Gamecocks 68-67 in dramatic fashion. And that's the Advance Auto Parts best play of the week.
Downtown Nashville, site of the SEC men's basketball tournament, presented by Dr. Pepper, just a few miles away from one of the legends.
It was great. They exploited their size inside, and they also played good defense, something that sometimes has been lacking for this Tennessee team.
Tom, I think the number that really points that out is the fact the front court of Tennessee outscored Auburn 31-5. You know, that's where you take it, go inside. Show you some highlights in the first half. Here's what we've got. First of all, for the Auburn Tigers, Scott Pullman with a nice move on the baseline right here. Turning back, the only field goal that he had in that first half, 1 of 4. Leading scorer for Auburn was Jamison Brewer. He had 7. Nice move there with the left hand. For Tennessee, it was Ron Slay off the bench running the floor here with 13 points. That was 2 of them. And, of course, Vincent Yarborough was 1 of 4 from three-point range with 5 points, but that was a big one right there, the only one he had beyond the three-point stripe.
And here are the halftime stats. 29% shooting by Auburn, 44% Tennessee. And you remember Auburn went forever without a three-point field goal, just 1 of 12. Tennessee has not hit free throws very well, or the score could be more in their favor. The bench points, all 13 scored by Ron Slay for Tennessee, a 13-5 edge. And Auburn at one time went nearly 5 minutes without a point. Tennessee in control as we're ready for the second half of the opening game of the SEC tournament.
Life insurance. We're helping you write the story of your life. And by Alltel, the power to simplify.
Ready for the second half of the opening game of the SEC tournament. Tennessee leading Auburn. Just a couple of moments ago, Dave Baker spoke with Auburn coach Cliff Ellis.
Cliff, a fast and furious start by Tennessee. Your guys able to get it back in some perspective now?
Well, I thought that we played the last 7 or 8 minutes pretty well. Our defense got much better. We went with a bigger lineup, but we've lost Marquise Daniels for the game, and that's going to hurt our basketball team. He perhaps has a concussion. He's got a little tingling and doesn't have much feel right now, but it's going to be okay. But we will not get him back. They've taken him to the hospital for x-rays. That's going to hurt our basketball team. But we've got a group that's going to come out and work hard. But Tennessee's playing well.
Very good. Thanks, Cliff.
All right.
There you go. There's some breaking news for you.
All right, so Daniels to the hospital, and with his absence to start the second half, Cliff Ellis goes with a bigger lineup, putting Abdou Jameh in there at 6'9". The Tennessee lead is only 2. So 7 minutes of the second half, Tennessee has only 1 free throw. And if you go back to the first half, Their last field goal was with a minute left in the first half, and they've missed their last 8 shots since then. Hard to keep all these stats straight when you have these droughts. South Carolina watches Tennessee go through the struggling of the second half. They'll be in action next against Mississippi State.
Well, this club has really rallied since Daniels went out of this lineup and is not able to come back.
But some of it has been ineptness by Tennessee,
True,
too. And
absolutely.
We've been saying all along, which Tennessee team will it be? Well, it's been both in this game.
We saw the good one in the first half and then not so good here in the second.
That's what's happened so far in the second half. Tennessee has not hit a shot and turned it over 3 times.
Not very good offensive production on the part of the Volunteers.
Higgins whips it to Harrison backcourt. Yarbrough with a screen from Slay gets it to Victor. Lost it on the way up, but Slay saved it, tight-roping the baseline. He calls a timeout to prevent the turnover. Rally his troops, that's the question. It's a 2-point game. Auburn has Marin Bota, the 7-foot freshman from Croatia, in the game for the first time. His big men have been in foul trouble, and here's an offensive foul. A push-off on Higgins, who has his 4th.
Auburn nails one of those threes. They're going to take the lead.
They have a chance to tie or take the lead on this possession. As incredible as it seems, they trailed by 19 in the first half. There's the 3-pointer good. And this time from Jamison Brewer, Auburn's first lead of the game.
How about that? Let's see if Tennessee can regain their composure.
They've gone 8 minutes without a field goal in the second half. An air ball from Victor and a rebounding foul. The call is going to go against Ron Slay, his 3rd. What a turnaround. A microcosm of the Tennessee season in one game. Auburn has outscored the Vols 15-1, and on that 3-pointer by Brewer, take their first lead of the game. (29-10) Tennessee with 8:30 to go in the first half. A 19-point Vol lead. There's the foul situation.
Terry Green doing something a little bit different defensively, a little zone trap. 3-quarter court, Auburn handles it. Tennessee back into a man-to-man defense. Not a good matchup out there. Hastings on Brewer.
Harrington being defended now by Harris. Shoots over him short. And Yarbrough quickly to Harris. Tennessee has numbers. Harris.
Great play by Haislip.
Haislip with the follow.
Oh, was that pretty?
So they went nearly 10 minutes, 9 minutes, 45 seconds without a field goal. Finally getting one on the Haislip putback.
In dramatic effect. Terrific follow-up by Haislip.
Brewer lost it. Raked and finally saved by Auburn. Heads-up play by Calton. Here's the 3-pointer good by Glass. Boy, when things are going right, they're really going right. They nearly lost the ball. Instead, a 3-pointer goes down.
Terry Green wondering what in the world is going on right now.
Auburn has its biggest lead, 2.
These two clubs played to 2 overtimes in that first matchup down at Auburn.
Tennessee finally won it 96-88. Yarbrough just pops a 3. And then a holding foul on Tennessee on the rebound.
You see Harris right now. Watch Haislip on that follow. Boy, that is a terrific job. Always anticipate that your teammate is going to miss the shot. Watch Haislip come right here. Coming right at you. Is that terrific?
Perfect timing by Marcus Haislip. Ball right off the rim. He jammed it through. Well, we've talked about Harrington's poor shot selection sometimes. A little mystified by Yarbrough just popping a quick 3 on the Tennessee possession. Foul. Auburn's committed 6. Hayslip for three. Marcus Hayslip has scored all 5 Tennessee points in the second half. A putback and then a three.
Pretty versatile, huh? And jam them back in there and then go long range.
Tennessee by 1. If they hold on to win this game, they can thank their bench. Slay in the first half, now Hayslip in the second. Lincoln Glass hits another three.
You know what? Sometimes guys really get hot during the tournament. We've got a holding foul. So far, Lincoln Glass has been awfully hot in the second half for Auburn. But Hayslip nails this three. This is after he had jammed one on that follow-up on the miss by Harris. And, of course, coming right back again, Lincoln Glass nails another one.
Glass has hit 3 of 4 from the arc. And what about the turnaround in Auburn's three-point shooting? Remember the first half, they could only hit 1 of 12. Now 5 of 7 in the second half. For the intentional foul and things unraveling in a hurry here for the Volunteers. Harrington hits both free throws. And Auburn takes a 4-point lead, their biggest. A lot of long faces over on the Tennessee bench as Tennessee woes continue. This has been a pretty good summation of their entire season, ups and downs. Harrington drives to the hoop and is fouled. That time Harrington took it to the rim.
Yeah, he did. I'm going to tell you what.
He scored a dozen in the second half, leading the Auburn comeback, which has carried them to a 6-point lead. Incredible. Woods coming off the screen, and Auburn foul.
Trying to push Hathaway out of there. Wasn't having a lot of success at it, but he was trying to push him out.
What makes this Auburn comeback even more incredible is it's been accomplished without Marquise Daniels, who suffered a possible concussion in the first half, was taken to the hospital. He's their leading scorer. Hathaway, spin move, scores. Power move by Hathaway with a drop step on the score. He has 7.
Take it to your strength. Hathaway can take on Boda low on that block.
Auburn with the ball up 4. Glass for 3. He's been hot, not that time. Boda tapped it a couple of times, and then Grindstaff grabs it for Tennessee.
Hayslip again.
For 3, a long one, no good. And Lincoln Glass somehow gathers the rebound. Little guy in there had it. Glass only 5'10". Reggie Sharp. Sharp, you remember the hero of the Alabama game at Auburn when he hit a 35-foot game-winning bank shot in overtime. Hand check foul, Tennessee.
Go to him in there that low, that close. It's going to go in or you're going to foul him. Boda just backed off.
Used that big wide body to create a little space, didn't he? A little bump of Boda. Extends the lead to 5. Tony Harris back on the floor for Tennessee. His tournament woes continue. Grindstaff misses a 3. Hathaway, top offensive rebound. Passes out to Woods. His 3 no good. Grindstaff blocked out, got the rebound anyway, and then threw it away. Brewer, and a foul called on Tony Harris of Tennessee, number 3. And got above the level of the rim. So 2 critical misses by Auburn at the free throw line. Tennessee with the ball down 5. Harris broken up by Brewer. Looked like he was going to have a layup, and Brewer suddenly streaking to the Tennessee bench and has not scored since 5:07 in that first half. Long dry spell for Slay, who's out of the game at the moment. Now, there's the three-point shooting, which has turned around dramatically for the Tigers. Hathaway's free throw rattles through. He has 8 points and 7 rebounds.
Hathaway's been very active here today. What time he's been on that court, he's played very well for the Volunteers.
Tennessee, Larry shooting 3 of 15 in the second half, 20% shooting. While Auburn is 7 of 15, 47%, including that 5 of 8 performance in the three-point arc.
It's the reason for that 4-point deficit right now that Tennessee is staring at.
Brewer turned back by Harris. Harrington, ball fake, tough shot. Boda, offensive board, puts it up and in.
How about that? Tom, he doesn't even average a point a game. when things are going right, they're going right, aren't they? Right now, they're going really well for Auburn.
Well, Marin got a little too exuberant after that bucket and reaches over and commits kind of a silly in the first half and was a big spark for Tennessee. Marcus Hayslip with 5 points, now 6. Trying to take up the slack here in the second half.
Tom, this next 3 to 4 minutes is going to be very, very important for Tennessee. They don't want to get in a position where they're down 7 or 8 points with about 3 or 4 minutes left to play.
Full court pressure from the Volunteers. Which Tennessee team will show up today? The good one or the bad one? Both of them.
We have witnessed them both, as we have all year long.
Off a screen, Glass blocked by Yarbrough, taken by Slay.
Terrific defensive play. Yarbrough, I thought, was not going to make it.
Woods for 3. It's good. His first basket. Terrence Woods, three-pointer.
The offensive play and the great defensive block by Yarbrough. Look at Hathaway. You think he's excited?
And the Auburn lead cut to 1. Harrington, ball fake, but surrounded, got it to Colton. A bad-looking shot. Here's Slay leading the Tennessee break. Hayslip laid it in.
The two big guys running the break in the middle. Terrific layoff that time by Slay, and Hayslip took it and laid it in.
And the Volunteers have regained the lead. Marcus Hayslip, 9 points. Cliff Ellis of Auburn calls for a 30-second timeout.
Tom, it all started with defense. Jerry Green's forward down inside. Watch Vincent Yarbrough come here and block this shot. Terrific defensive play. Slay gets it, pushes it up the other side. Woods is in the corner, nails the 3. That got him within 1, and they came right back on an outstanding break. Watch the miss right here, but watch Slay dribble the ball the length of the court. Hayslip on his left, filling the lane. He drops it right in his shoulder and lays it up. Nicely done by the two big guys.
Hayslip, 9 points all in the second half. Slay had 13 all in the first half. Those two combining on the fast break to give Tennessee the lead. The Volunteers with a 7-0 run against the Tigers. And they're up 54-53. Can Tennessee put aside the frustrations of the season, the frustrations of a dismal second half here? Can they put all that aside and rally for victory to move on in the SEC tournament? That's the question remaining to be answered in the final 5:53.
I said the next 3 or 4 minutes was important to Tennessee. Well, they really started those 3 or 4 minutes very well.
Scott Coleman back on the floor for the Auburn Tigers, running a weave out front. Shot clock's at 6. 4 to shoot. Brewer, tough shot, not a good one. Slay with a tough rebound way up there. 7 boards for Ron.
Slay has reasserted himself. He's come back, giving Cliff Ellis all kinds of problems underneath.
Calling for it on the low post. Here is Slay. And 1. Ron Slay with a muscle and a 3-point opportunity.
Terrific play again by Slay, and the strength of the Tennessee offense for the most part has been their front court players here this afternoon. Nice pass to the inside of Slay with a turn. Tom, he's the one guy, you know, you start to look around the leaders for this Tennessee club. I'm going to tell you what, that's a pretty good move right there.
And the Nashville native completes the 3-point play. His first points in the second half. He has 16 in the game.
A good run by the Volunteers.
They're up 4. They have scored 10 in a row. Away from the ball, foul called. It's on Terrence Woods. Or maybe they don't teach it at all. Maybe that's the problem. Actually, no monopoly on poor free throw shooting. It's epidemic in American college basketball. 2 free throws by Jamay. Cut the Tennessee lead back to 2.
Harris trying to utilize the Slay screen.
Got a step, but couldn't score. Harrington rebounds. Auburn again a chance to tie or take the lead. Tony Harris 1 of 5 shooting in the game. Here's Harrington against Harris. Jump stop. Harris and Hayslip all over it. See, Harrington got them both. 21 for Adam. And we're tied at 57.
Great start to the Southeastern Conference tournament.
Well, as we have said several times, the first regular season, the only meeting earlier was double overtime. Slay blocked by Davis and then got it on the second try and put it in for his 18th point.
What a great effort by Slay. Well, he is the guy that's really carried the Volunteers. 13 first half points and then coming right back in the second half. Really played well the last 3 minutes.
He scored the last 5 points for the Volunteers. Holman's been quiet for a while. Harrington is not. He's been very active. Here is Pullman. His shot is no good. And Davis, if Davis is called for the foul, that'll be it. 5 fouls against Kyle Davis, the 6'10 freshman from Auburn, and he did not score in the game. Tough afternoon, and
the free throw line. What a terrific game he has played today.
Scored the last 6 points for the Volunteers as Glass replaces Pullman for the Tigers. Ron Slay shoots for his 20th point. And Tennessee leads by 4. The Volunteers with a little comeback of their own. They lead by 4. Back to the SEC tournament after this from your local. 61-57. Tennessee regaining the lead against Auburn. 3:37 on the clock in this first game of the SEC tournament. Let's check some other tournament scores now. In the Big East, Boston College wins again 93-79 over Villanova. Close in this Big Ten game in the first half. Purdue up 1 on Minnesota. Colorado and Baylor is also close. A 2-point game. Baylor in front.
Seems strange to see the Big Ten playing a tournament. You know, I mean, for years they just avoided it, would not play a tournament. In the last couple of years they've started it. It's been a big success in Chicago.
Now the Pac-10 is able to hold out. Now once again, if Tennessee is able to survive this game, they can thank Ron Slay. Sparked him in the first half on a 13-2 run. In the second half, he scored their last 7 points. And they're in the midst of a 14-4 run, thanks to Ron Slay. They couldn't wait for that one to go off the glass.
There were 2 lurking Volunteers right there. Slay was there, Yarborough was there, Hayslip was there.
Licking their chops. Hayslip gets his 3rd block. Harrington throws it up there with the shot clock expiring. Slay again leads the break. Hayslip. Got it.
Boy, does he get up. He can really elevate. Good pass again by Slay. He wants to be the point guard, I guess, on this team.
Why not? He's played better than Harris. Or Higgins. Yarborough rejects that one from Glass. Hayslip with 11 points all in the second half.
Watch this pass by Slay. He lobs it up there, and anywhere near the basket, Hayslip's going to find it and funnel it into the basket.
You can see that one coming from half court. Here's Higgins' call for the foul as Harrington comes off the screen. That's 5 on John Higgins.
Herb Sindak was not happy to see him transfer.
Tennessee with the ball, leading by 4.
Don't get too conservative. There's still a lot of time left in this game.
Just over 2 minutes. 10 to shoot. Ron Slay. Double team. Jump hook. Bounces off. Put home rebound by Yarborough or Hayslip. I'm not sure which one. I think Yarborough, I don't know. We'll look at a replay in a minute. Harrington, long three's no good. Yarborough the rebound. And Yarborough gets credit for that last bucket.
Nice tip in and a good rebound right there. Now Tennessee can start to get a little conservative.
Less than 2 minutes. Harrington took it. You were stationary. 90 seconds remaining.
Oof, almost a steal right there. Almost a pick off that time by Brewer.
And then with 9 on the clock, an Auburn foul. 9 on the shot clock. Auburn took the advantage. And Tennessee finally gathered itself for a comeback. Auburn at one time led by 6 here in the second half before Tennessee was able to right the ship.
I'll tell you who was at the helm. It was Ron Slay. Slay was the guy that brought them back.
66-59. Clock ticking down toward the 1:15 mark.
Nice job by Yarborough to get over in the passing lane to slap that one away.
Tell you what, I thought Tennessee was on the verge of giving one away, but they have fought back. Game is still not over, though.
Auburn's taking too long. Harrington laid it in with a dunk. Actually didn't lay it in. He jammed it through after being buffeted around when he drove the lane. So with 1:03 on the clock, Harrington's basket makes it a 5-point game.
Auburn takes a 30-second timeout as we watch Harrington go right down the lane. Tennessee players are complaining that he walked, but I think the ball was touched by a Tennessee player as he's going down the lane. It got slapped away, then he got it back.
I'll tell you what, the guy is so quick to the basket. He can get up.
So 1:03 left in the game. And Tennessee, it looks like they can last this final minute or so. They'll be able to advance to the next round to face Ole Miss. We're not done, though. We got another one to go after this.
Yeah, we got 1 minute and 3 seconds to go, though, before we get ready to watch South Carolina and Mississippi State square off, which they just did on Saturday. A Mississippi State club, by the way, that has won 4 of their last 5 games. So I think we may end up having a pretty interesting game in the second one of the afternoon session.
Well, it should be close if South Carolina
coming back after 3 weeks of surgery on his back and playing again and having a terrific year after that.
I think it was better after the surgery.
He was incredible.
Well, Auburn gave it their best shot, trailing by 19, rallied to lead by a half dozen. But the Harris free throws put Tennessee up now at 7 with a minute left. And what about the 2 guys that had the war of words? Well, they backed them up. Ron Slay, 20 points, 10 rebounds for Tennessee. Adam Harrington, 25 points, 8 boards for Auburn. Here's Harrington again. And Slay the rebound. Yarborough with a spectacular move that won't count, but was pretty to watch. And let's check out our Ice House players of the game. It was the 2 woofers. Harrington with 25, Slay 20 and 10, a double-double.
And Harrington just a couple of rebounds away from a double-double.
3rd double-double of the season for Ron Slay. This one coming in his hometown.
I will say one thing about Ron Slay, as boastful as he becomes, oftentimes in his verbiage that he uses toward other players. Exuberant. Let's say boastful. He really does back it up. I think he's a terrific basketball player.
40 seconds left. Brewer's 3 is short. All right. Are you ready for the all-tell play?
I'm ready. All-tell play of the game, and it should belong to the guy that has carried Tennessee back with this nice move. Ron Slay with a nice putback. 2 of his 20 points in this basketball game, and one of the reasons why they were able to come back, and it looks like put away a victory here against the Auburn Tigers.
Tony Harris just fouled out of the game with 36 seconds remaining. That drew a lot of iron, but fell through, and Brewer has 14.
Hayslip comes down to give him some help, the screen.
Holman immediately fouls Grindstaff. Auburn to come back. But thanks to Ron Slay, the Volunteers on the verge of victory here in the tournament. They face Ole Miss, the top seed from the West tomorrow. Glass says we're not through yet.
It's exclusive coverage. BMW, the ultimate driving machine. By Piccadilly Cafeterias. Who says you can't please everybody? And by Comfort Inn. It's more than a room. It's comfort.
Tom Hammond, Larry Conley.
Started up this Southeastern Conference tournament again in 1979, that the first 7 winners were all different teams. And then they carried it on through, and of course in the decade of the 90s, Alabama and Kentucky really dominated this tournament, particularly Kentucky. And then that wonderful run by Arkansas last year. I mean, having to play 4 games and going through the tournament. In fact, beating this Auburn team in the championship game last year.
Walker's second free throw no good. Tennessee, of course, has won the SEC tournament championship 4 times. Coleman's three-pointer's no good. Brewer misses a putback. And the Tennessee break. They don't need the bucket, but they'll give it to Harrison Walker, and he missed the jam attempt, and Auburn will get it back, but just 5 seconds left.
Well, it's going to be a big win for Tennessee. They'll move to 22-9. Question is, where do they get seeded when they go to the NCAA tournament?
Well, Tennessee did its Dr. Jekyll, Mr. Hyde act all in one game. Looking brilliant in the first half. Slay had 13 in the first period as they led by as many as 19. But then in the second half, they turned around. They went through a long drought. Auburn got back in it despite Marquise Daniels being unable to play due to injury. And then Tennessee gathered itself for the final push, led by Ron Slay, that carried them to victory. Slay finishing with 22 points and 11 rebounds. So Tennessee advances to beat Ole Miss tomorrow. Tom Hammond for Larry Conley saying so long from the SEC tournament.
Ron Slay is certainly one of the guys that helped Tennessee pick up this win. And joining us now on the set is his coach, Jerry Green. And, Coach, congratulations on a win. I know this was one of these games where that make you a little bit older than you'd want to be, but your thoughts about the difference in the first half, maybe the last 5 minutes of the first half and the first 5 minutes of the second half. What happened to your team there?
I think the big thing is we played awfully good the first half defensively and offensively. The second half, we just couldn't get the basketball in the hole, and I thought that affected our defense. Finally, we got a group in there that started going, and all of a sudden it just fell right in.
How about Ron Slay's performance today? Not only in the first half did he really carry you, but in the second half, when you needed some baskets, he's the guy that came through for you.
Well, he's in his backyard right here, and he's very confident. He's been playing good. He's probably been our most consistent player this year.
In terms of, I guess, now the rest of this tournament, it seems to me, talking to people, that this could be a great tournament for your guys. Like, play a lot of games with your depth and whatnot. And these guys look like they were feeling it there toward the end of the game.
We told them 4 games ago that this team can win more games than any team in the school's history, which was last year's team. And now they've got the opportunity. And I think we're in the tournament now, and now we can relax and just go ahead with business.
Well, good win for you. Nice job. We'll see you tomorrow right here.
Thanks, Dave.
Jerry Green, head coach of the Tennessee Volunteers. Let's go downstairs to Dave Baker. He's got a couple of happy Volunteers with him as well. Dave?
You're right about that, Dave. A lot of guys get nervous when they play in their hometown, but not Ron Slade. 22 points, 11 boards. You came off the bench in the first half and really got this team going.
Yeah, that's what we were looking to do. You know, Coach told me to get in there, try to change the game a little bit. Everybody was playing well so far, but I just wanted to pick up where Hathaway left off.
Everything kind of slowed down a little bit there at the end of the first half, and early in the second half, you come back off the bench, and you really talked to your guys over there in the huddle and tried to get them going.
Yeah, really, that's what I was doing, you know, just telling them we're not going to lose this game. I'm not trying to lose no games at home in Nashville. So I was just basically, we went out there with another opportunity, and we took care of business.
The guy that got going as well as Marcus Hayslip. Marcus, first of all, under the chin there, you had to get 10 stitches at halftime. You didn't even come out with this team to start the second half, but you got them going in the final 20 minutes.
Yeah, I wanted to come in and give a good spark on defense and execute on offense. My teammates was was giving me good looks. I knocked down the open shot.
What were you thinking? It's kind of been an up and down second half of the season for you guys. You get out to the great start, then you go 10 minutes without a basket.
We just had to get a winning streak going for ourselves again. I think we got this streak back. We're going to try to finish it on up.
Ron, when you're talking about this this game, you came in, there was a lot of talk going on back and forth between the two teams. That's something you don't shy away from.
No, not really. I tried to cut down on it a little bit, but Adam Harrington, he flared me back up, and I guess I came out and handled business.
And now we keep seeing the symbol. Can you show it to us and tell us what it is again?
A game. I always bring your A game, offense and defense.
And hopefully the Vols will bring their A game again tomorrow. They'll need it against Ole Miss, Dave Neal.
Well, Dave Baker, certainly Ron Slay brought his A game today, and tomorrow they meet Ole Miss. So Tennessee, the first team to advance. We'll come back, have more from Nashville right after this. Stay with us. Game was a tale of really two halves. Tennessee came out on fire, really, to get this ball game started. It was Tennessee at their best behind Ron Slay, who had a huge game tonight. But Adam Harrington kept the Tigers in it. Sensational outside shooting. He also found his way to the basket and got to the free throw line. Marcus Hazlett with some stitches in the inside part of his mouth and the outside also hit some inside shots and some outside shots, and Tennessee goes ahead and wins it over the Auburn Tigers. And here's a team, folks, that lost 8 of 10 during a month of the regular season. They have now won 4 consecutive basketball games, and just maybe this is the team that was ranked in the top 5 in the beginning of this basketball season. But keep in tune with the SEC men's basketball tournament. Well, let's go back down on the floor and check in with Dave Baker as a very special guest, a former Tennessee Vol, being honored here today. Guys?
Absolutely, Dave. Thanks. See, you got top billing in the Ernie and Bernie show. Ernie Grunfeld, what's it like to come back? You're an SEC legend this week, and I mean, you're still awfully young to be a legend.
Well, it's a great honor. No, the one requisite is you have to be old to become a legend. But it was really nice seeing a lot of people down here. I come down to the SEC tournament all the time. It's a great event. They had some really good teams out here, and it's a lot of excitement.
It's a time of year when NBA people like yourself, you're with the Bucks now, leading the division. You get out and you get to take a look at a lot of these college players.
That's absolutely right. You know, we go to the SEC, the ACC, all the big conferences, and what I like, not only the players, but the atmosphere that surrounds it, the school spirit that involves the college game. It's a nice environment to be in.
Now, we were talking about that environment from a fan perspective, but as a player, I don't think you would have liked the conference tournament.
Well, you know, when I played, we didn't have the conference tournament. We had to earn it the hard way. That's by winning the conference. And back then, only one team got to go to the NCAA tournament. But I think it creates a lot of excitement in the area. I think the players really like it. And it gives the teams that maybe didn't have such a good regular season an opportunity to improve as the season goes along and show what they have at the end of the season.
Even though it was a tournament, your alma mater earned that win the hard way today. Tough stretch there for Tennessee.
Well, it was. They had a very good first half, and they came out flat in the second half. But when you go down and you're able to regroup and win a game, it could be a confidence builder, and it could be a game that they can build on.
In terms of the talent in this league overall, how do you see it?
Well, the SEC is always one of the premier conferences. They always have good talent from top to bottom, and they do again this year, although the talent is very young this year.
You've had a great run as an NBA executive. Any interest ever in coaching?
Well, I don't know. I coached a little bit in the NBA, but I really enjoy doing what I do, being the general manager and running the organization is something that I always wanted to do, even when I played. And I'm thankful that it came through for me, and I enjoy the spot that I'm in now.
How difficult does it make it so much now with the high school guys coming into play? I know that's something you wouldn't like to see, but it's a fact of life, and I think that's got to really jumble things up.
Well, it is. I recommend to all high school players they should go to school for as many years as they can. You know, I don't think very few of them are emotionally mature enough, physically mature enough, and the college experience is the best experience you can get. And my recommendation is for everyone to go to college and get the fundamentals and get that experience if you can.
Absolutely. Ernie, great to see you. Still playing any? You look like you could play.
No, I'm not playing anymore. You know, once in a while I'll go play a game of horse, but that's about it.
Thanks so much, Ernie. We appreciate it. Dave Neal, that's Ernie Grunfeld.
Well, thank you very much, Dave. Of course, when I was a little kid, I watched the Ernie and Bernie show. They came to Atlanta and took on UCLA in the old Omni, one of the thrills of my childhood. Certainly.